Big win for us tonight. I think it was huge. Taking the next step in the ACC Coastal Conference, playing North Carolina. It really was a big victory for myself and I think for this team university. Being 0-3, playing against North Carolina and having an opportunity to come back on national TV and respond the way we did tonight was unbelievable. A lot of credit goes to these football players that responded, and this coaching staff doing a phenomenal job of really getting this team ready to play. You watched the game defensively. They came out and we played. We gave up a big long run, which is unexcusable, but the guys responded back. They didn't go in the tank, and I think it's part of playing football that if you get a negative play, how quick you're going to respond will tell you how good a defense that you can have. And with the turnovers and the sacks by Allen Bailey tonight was unbelievable. Getting them to step up and shut down the last 3 quarters of the run game and also getting North Carolina into some positions. Offensively, running the football was key. We pounded the football and it opened up our passing game. You see some guys besides, like I said, Hankerson, see some other guys step up and make some plays. And I think that's part of what this team is about, is that you never know when somebody's number is going to get called. I thought the biggest play of the game probably was Tyrone Cornelius' hit on kickoff. Because it took away one of their guys on defense, which was the safety. So they was already down in numbers, and now there was an opportunity for us on offense to capitalize, but also taking one of their best special teams players away. And so it was a good game. It was an exciting game. It was fun to be around with those guys and see how those guys really challenged and played today. So kind of excited.
Randy, there seemed to be at least a couple incidents on the sideline early on of guys getting into it with each other. A lot of yelling, and nothing too crazy, but some heated stuff. How important was that for that to translate from the sideline to the field, take that fire out there?
Well, it was good because what it was doing was challenging the judges to step up and make plays. And I think that's the one thing about this football team is guys starting to develop a mentality of what we're trying to get done. And the great teams and the great players step up and challenge these players. And I think anytime you can challenge a player the right way, it becomes a positive.
Randy, can you talk about the excitement of the players? It seemed like it's the first time in a while that they're out there dancing, on 3rd down and before the 4th quarter out there.
Don't say dancing. You're going to give me a 15-yard penalty for the next game. They was high-fiving and chest bumping. That's part of the game. They called us on one because Brandon was going out the field and Sean Smith was dragging him off, but officials seen it as a taunting penalty. So we got to make sure we understand that. And also when we come in and hug on the sideline, we jump it up and down, but you can't face the opponent. You got to face the stand. So we can get away with those things as long as you do it in the group and not a spontaneous thing like that. So it was good to see those guys understand that's part of football and having fun.
Were you getting into that with them, Randy?
The performance you had tonight, you look at what happened 2 weeks ago against Florida State. It's like 2 different teams. Where was this team 2 weeks ago?
That's too long ago to think about. We got to worry about this week what we did, and then we got to move on. We can't keep worrying about Florida State. That was gone. We can't change it. We lost. It's a loss in the column. We got to move forward. After the night, tomorrow we'll grade this film and then we'll get on to Virginia.
When Brandon and Sean had their little moment that drew the flag, were you getting into it with him on the sideline, or were you trying to end it on the sideline?
I was trying to end it on the sideline to make sure they understand. I want you to have fun. I want you to do the right things, but you got to understand the official's going to warn you once or twice. But like I told him, the rule is that you can't do nothing that is rehearsed, things like that. So that was the reason why we got the flag. It looked like it was rehearsed.
I was just going to say, the fact that you guys have responded like this the last 2 weeks, is that a sign you think your team's getting mentally tougher?
Yeah, I think they understand in the game of what we need to play. And this team's going to go because of what we do on defense, if you notice. When our defense is really playing well, our offense really responds to some type of big play in the game, big hit, Damon Berry runs something need to happen big for us to really get involved. And I think when defense challenges and step up, or the kickoff team makes big things happen, then that would be something. Not the kickoff team. You think how much we've improved on kickoff since we've made those changes, and that's part of this team getting better.
Do you think, just to follow up on that, do you think the fumble recovery in the end zone totally changed momentum?
Oh, that one? Yes. Definitely changed the momentum because it stopped them from getting up ahead. Right. And then it kept the game within a 1-score game, and then once we got up, the guys started thriving.
Randy, it seemed like after Jacory threw the first interception, after that he played with a lot more confidence. You agree with that? Yeah,
he did. He tried to force one. He rolled out and tried to throw back across his body, which that's the Cardinals sin. But I think once he came off the field, he said, I should have just ran the football. And I said, yeah. And then he responded, and we got back going, and he did some good things. Took some shots downfield, which we're going to do. We took about 5 shots downfield, but then I think the underneath stuff, you see the emergence of Sante catching the football again, the running backs catching the football. So like I said earlier this week, fellas, they was going to drop back deep and say, okay, let's see if you're going to consistently trying to throw the ball short. And we took the backs, we took the tight ends, and we throw some hitches and stuff to the receivers, and then was able to run the football. So, you know, it was kind of a deal where we took advantage of what they was going to try to do to us and stayed patient.
What was your reaction with Benjamin's touchdown?
Benjamin's touchdown. What's my reaction to a lot of touchdowns? I was excited. You know, anytime that you get excited like that and guys making plays, you feel good about it. And, you know, it was. I tell you what was really good for me about Travis. You want to talk about Benjamin? You know, he made 2 catches that we've been working on in traffic. You know, Travis been struggling a little bit with guys on him and stuff. The one going into the end zone on the close end with the student section, that was a big play. And then another one, he made another big play. So those are things that I've seen that you work on. The touchdown was great, unbelievable. But you want to talk about something that you show improvement on how he responded and getting guys and banging with him downfield. I think that was one thing that took him to the next step.
Randy, was it scheme what you guys were doing with the Gates? I mean, he hadn't given the ball away all year pretty much, and then he gives it away twice in pretty quick order. Were you guys was it just playmaking, or were you doing something to disguise a little bit?
I think we did some things that they probably wasn't accustomed to, because we did some things here and there. We were going to run the scheme we run, but we were going to add in a coverage here or there. Sometimes to get some positive, get some negative plays for offense. And we did it tonight. It was just a little change here and there. We still stayed focused with our things. But I think when we stopped the run and got him at 3rd down and 8, our defense, the pass rush, like I said, if we can get the quarterbacks to throw off their back foot and get hit early, then that makes it harder.
Do you think a lot of the sacks you had tonight were coverage sacks?
I think it goes hand in hand. If someone was cover sacks, some of them were just guys getting off the ball, like Allen Billy got off the ball. And a couple of times we got pushed in the middle, guys had to get outside the pocket. So it was all a total effort.
Can you talk about the play, the 4th down play to Asante? Just looked like a great call and a great play, execution.
It was a great route by Asante. We ran a little option route, stick route. It was a read that where outside receiver take an outside release. So the corner, either you take the 9 ball by the receiver or you come and jump the tight end. He went back, settled about 8 yards. Asante was there, threw it to him, boom, and then we made the play. So it was a read off that. That really got us a positive situation.
How big of a win was this for you personally?
It's a big win, like I said earlier. First time that I beat North Carolina. First time, long time, we beat North Carolina. So it was good for the university also. So, and for the fans that we had to show up. It was a really big win for them. And it shows the positive that, no matter what happens, we're going to continue to keep working and get better. Like I said the last time we played at home. Yes.
Talk about how big Lamar Miller was for you tonight.
Changed the game.
Yeah.
Changed the pace of the game big time. Did a lot of good things in the game. Ran the ball well. Anytime that we can use our running backs in certain situations, we didn't use Cooper tonight that much. We used him on some kickoff return and stuff like that. But we used Lamar Miller, we used Mike James, and Jim. Lamar Miller really set the pace because, you go Damien going bang, 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 then all of a sudden a big long run. The guy you have to give a lot of credit to be honest with you, is Pat Hill. Because if Pat Hill don't block those linebackers like he did tonight, them running backs would have the yards tonight. And I thought that was really big that you want to talk about unsung hero, he'll be the unsung guy in this game because of what he did in the run game. All right, fellas, thank you. Take care.